Today I'm going to show you how to get 30 titles, 10 sales, 4 hauls, 4 figureheads, a flintlock, and a cutlass. So with the launch of Season 2, Sea of Thieves basically doubled the amount of rewards that are obtainable from the Emissary Ledger. Now because of that, I decided to remake one of my old guides, the How to Get the Emissary Sales video from a little over a year ago now. Now the system is essentially the same as it was a year ago, so if you've already seen that video or just know how it works, you can skip to the new stuff chapter. Now first I'm going to explain how the emissary system works, and then I'll get to the ledger. Now the first thing you'll need is a emissary license from your chosen faction. Now it is worth noting the Sea Dogs and Hunter's Call do not have emissaries, it's just the 3 main factions, Athena's Fortune and the Reaper's Bones. Now this license you'll be able to buy from any of the vendors for that faction, so Order of Souls, Gold Hoarders, and Merchant Alliance are just their main people. Athena's Fortune, it's the Pirate Lord, and for Reaper's Bones you'll have to go to the Reaper's Hideout and buy it from the Servant of the Flame. Now each license is 20,000 gold. For the main 3 factions, Gold Hoarders, Order of Souls, and Merchant Alliance, you'll have to be level 15. For Athena's Fortune, you'll have to be a Pirate Legend, and there's no requirements for Reaper's Bones. Now once you have your emissary license, you'll notice there's a table right by the vendor. With that table you can vote to become an emissary. Once you do so, you'll notice 2 new flags on your ship, and also the circle with the faction's insignia beside your health bar. Now whenever you do something for the faction, this circle will slowly fill up. Once it fills up, your emissary grade will increase by 1, up to a maximum of 5. Now, for every increase, you will get a slight gold and reputation bonus. So once you get to grade 2, everything you sell to the faction will now be worth 33% more, give you 33% more reputation, and 33% more emissary value. I'll get to the emissary value in a second. Once you get to grade 3, it'll be 66%. Grade 4 will be 100%, and grade 5 will be 150%. And at grade 5, you'll also be able to get a faction voyage from the faction person, and for Reaper's Bones you'll be able to see all the other emissaries on the map. Now if you sink, you will lose your emissary flag and it'll just float up into the water as a broken emissary flag. You can also lower it by going to that same table and voting to lower. As a note, your boat has to be close enough to the table, you can't do it from halfway across the map. Now it's kind of the basic gist of the emissary system. So now that we have that part out of the way, we can get to the actual ledger. So first of all, that number ticking up beside your grade every time you sell something to that faction is your emissary value counter. Now emissary value is essentially a score for that faction, and selling things to that faction while you're an emissary will give you points. This is also affected by the grade multiplier, so the multiplier that gives you more reputation, more gold, the higher grade you are, also affects emissary value. Emissary value is also a fixed amount per item, so everything will always sell for the same amount. There's no variation in emissary value. Now, the Emissary Ledger is essentially a emissary value leaderboard. So first of all, to find it, you're going to go into your menu, reputation, your chosen faction. As an example, we're going to be using Gold Hoarders, and you'll see the Emissary Ledger thing right here below commendations. Click on that and it'll bring you to the Ledger overview. Now, there's a lot of information going on here, but it's really quite straightforward. Now, the Ledger is split up into 4 ranks. Castaway, Seafarer, Marauder, and Captain. Now these 4 ranks have different names for different factions, but are exactly the same, just different names. Now each rank is 25% of the players who have gained emissary value for this ledger. So Castaway is the bottom 25%, Seafarers is the lower middle, Marauders is the upper middle, and Captain is the top 25%. And each of these grades have different rewards. So Castaway always has no rewards, so the bottom 25% don't get anything. Seafarers, Marauders, and Captains will give you a title when there's an open reward. The first time through, Marauders will give you the Gold Hoarders Inaugural Marauders Sales, which look like this, and Captain rank will give you the Gold Hoarders Inaugural Captain Sales. Now, you may be wondering why mine are different. So if you click on any of these here, you'll notice it says previous reward, available reward, and next reward. So how this is going to work is once you get one reward, the next time the ledger resets, you'll be able to get the next reward. So since I have all the original rewards, I can now get the second rewards. So now instead, Seafarer, Marauder, and Captains will all give me titles again, probably, even though it doesn't say so, I'm pretty sure there's titles. And now Marauders will give me the Tribute Peak Hull, and Captain will give me the Tribute Peak Figurehead. Now, when the ledger ends, which you can see up here, final ledger positions and rewards in 19 days. That is how much time is left in the ledger before it resets. It also resets at the end of every calendar month. Now, as a note, it can take up to 72 hours for you to get your rewards, so you won't have them right away after the ledger ends. Give them time to distribute the rewards. It's a lot of stuff they gotta give out. Now, also, you will get your rewards for your rank and all previous ranks. You can also place in as many ledgers as you want. There's no limit to how many of the 5 factions you can place in. Now that we've gotten the rewards out of the way, we'll look at the actual emissary value stats and stuff here. So on the left, we'll see your current entry and then your grade. So for me, Marauder right now. Then Emissary Value, which is just the total amount of Emissary Value I've earned for the Gold Hoarders during this month. And then Emissary Value needed to reach Captain. So that is how much Emissary Value I currently need to reach Captain position. Now down here it also says your Ledger position. That is where I place out of every player right now. Now you'll notice beneath Seafarer and Castaway rank there is below current and then 11,000 and 108,000. This is how much Emissary Value I'm away from dropping back into that previous rank. So if a lot of the Seafarer players pass me, then I will be knocked down to Seafarer and they'll be bumped up to Marauder. So that is how far away I am from being overtaken. Then below Captain, you'll notice above current. This is how much Emissary Value I need to beat the lowest player in Captain tier to get into Captain. Now, to make sure that your rank is secured, I recommend you get a solid ways into the tier and not just barely scrape by. Now, that should be pretty much everything regarding the actual ledger itself. Now we're going to go on to the rewards. Now, one other thing about the rewards is from Season 2 onward, with every new season, they'll be adding another new layer of Emissary rewards. So if you're watching this during a later season, there are probably more rewards. Now, once I get every season's rewards, I will be making a video just showing them all off in detail. At the moment, I don't have any of these rewards, so I only have like this one clip showing them off. So if you want to see a more in-depth look, and it's after the end of May, I will leave a link to my video showing them off in the description, along with my video showing off the original rewards. If it's already season 3 or 4, or whenever you're watching this, if it's a later season, there will also be links to my videos showing off the season 3, 4, or 5, whatever season's rewards, if I have them at that point. Now for the sake of this video's runtime, I'm only going to be going over the season 2 rewards just to make this faster, and I'm also not going to be going over the titles. So the rewards are set up in a very straightforward way. For Marauder and Marauder equivalent tiers, you will get a hull for that faction, and for Captain and Captain equivalent tiers, you will get a figurehead. Now, these sets go Merchant Alliance, which is Merchant Ambassador set, Order of Souls, which is the Relic of Darkness set, Gold Hoarders, which is the Tribute Peak set, and Reapers, which is the Masked Renegade set. Now, Athena's Fortune was a little bit different. For Guardian, which is the equivalent of Marauder, we get the Legendary Spirit Pistol, and for Legend, which is the equivalent of Captain, we will get the Legendary Spirit Cutlass. Now, I believe that is pretty much everything. If you have any questions, you can leave them in the comments. I will try to answer them as soon as possible, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.